Sissy Sullivan.
And I'm Tracy Turner, and we're with Sullivan Turner team at Avon Real Estate.
And it's Friday, the 15th of January, and it's time for the weekly wrap-up in Aiken Real Estate. I'm grateful to have had a busy week. It's a rainy day today, so we are tucked into an office in our downtown office, which is a lot larger than you would think. We have a rental area, we have commercial and the residential aspect of Avon, all here on Lawrence Street.
Yep, and we're actually in one of our conference rooms.
Yes.
Downtown. So, weekly wrap-up numbers, should we do those?
Let's get started with that.
Okay, January 8th. Oh, do I get my drum roll?
Oh. You can drum roll too for yourself.
Okay. January 8th through the 15th, Aiken MLS. New listings, 66 new listings. 54 of those were residential and 12 of those were land that came on the market. And under contract and pending, we have, 106 properties went under contract or went pending this past week.
Right, 95 of those were residential and 11 were land. So, we're going to talk about this in a little bit.
And then properties that sold and closed, there were 76 properties that sold. 68 of those were residential and 8 were land. So let's go back to that contract.
Let's go back to that because obviously inventory is limited right now, and there are a lot of properties that have a status that says active with contingencies. So what does that mean?
Well, don't discount those properties, because if you're a buyer and you're looking for properties and in this limited inventory, check the ones that say under contract with contingencies, or call your realtor and say, could you please check into this and see what contingencies are on that property?
Because there are several homes, and we're seeing in this market, because if a seller's putting their property on the market, they want to know where they're going to go. So they are often writing an offer on a property that has a contingency of the sale of their home. And we call that a buyer sales contingency. And what that means is that they presented an offer that's contingent on sometimes the successful marketing and sale of their home, and sometimes their home's already under contract and it's just contingent on the successful closing. There's typically a time frame associated if someone else brings an offer. So if you're a buyer out there looking at homes and you see something you want to see that has an active contingency of the sale of a buyer's home, go see it, because you might still be able to move into the number one position.
For instance, we have a home at Wexford Mill.
Yes, 118 Flowing Well. If you've been watching our live relators and weekly wrap-ups, you might remember it's a beautiful waterfront home.
So that home is under contract with contingencies, but it is a home sale contingency. The buyer does not have the home under contract at this moment, and it is very much available to show and to sell.
And so what would happen is, if you saw that home and you wanted to write an offer and presented an acceptable contract that did not have a home sales contingency, we would then notify the realtor with the current contract and say, okay, we have an accepted contract without a home sales contingency. That buyer would have typically 48 or 72 hours, whatever's negotiated, to determine if they can move forward without having to sell their home.
Yeah, so keep that in mind, buyers, if you're looking for a home on the water and want to enjoy that lake life.
And then just importantly, it's just knowing that an active with contingency status still may be a home that's an opportunity for you to purchase.
Yeah, and our team, we want to wish all of our clients who had closings this week, congratulations.
Yes, we sold a really beautiful home on Colleton Avenue to a great new Aikenite. We're so excited she's going to be spending part of the year in Aiken, at 904 Colleton.
And we also got under contract the Hatchaway house.
Well, that one sold.
Sold. You're right. And just so happy for that buyer. So congratulations. Nice historic home on some acreage there.
And we have another historic home at 112 Florence Street, and that closing is this afternoon. And then
Oh.
Barrington Farms.
We're closing in about 10 minutes.
Yes, so congratulations to all of our buyers and sellers. Tomorrow we're gonna have our waterproof boots on, and we are gonna be out at Todd's Hill Equestrian on a gorgeous 19-acre waterfront parcel. We're gonna be touring the land, and we actually have invited a local builder to join us so we can talk about, what is the process if you're looking to build on a piece of land you buy. What are your expectations? How do you go about figuring out where you should site the home, where you should put the barn, all those considerations. I think more of us have bought an existing home than have built a home, so we thought it would be important to get some insight there. So we hope you'll join us.
And Todd's Hill has some of the most amazing sunsets. So not that we're going to be there at sunset time, but it is
beautiful out there. It's gorgeous rolling terrain. So we'll be there 2:30 on Facebook Live. If you can't join us live tomorrow, then you can watch later on IGTV, YouTube, or Facebook. So we'll see you then. Thanks for joining us for the weekly wrap up.
Take
See you.
care.
Bye.
Bye.